Hello everyone, welcome to today's mathematics class. In today's mathematics class, I will be introducing us to this topic, indices and the standard form. This topic was introduced to us in grade 8. So we were meant to understand what indices are. So now let's look at this first of all, indices. When we're talking about indices, indices is a plural form of index. Index is singular, that is just one, while indices means there are many. Now let us look at the word index. So from the word index, then we have the plural form indices. Now index talks about how many times a term multiplies itself, or how many times a particular term is multiplied. Let's say, for example, let's look at a number. Let's look at number 2. Then I multiply 2, 2, 2. Now, when you look at it now, how many times is this 2 multiplied? And that 2 is multiplying itself. Now, you count how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, writing it in index form will give you 2. Then put the number of times. Put it here at the top. This is how index is formed. Okay? Now, when I have more than one of these, or sometimes 2, or different variables or numbers involved in an expression like this, so it becomes indices. So that's where index and indices are related. Good. Now, and this index is not limited to just numbers. We can also have it a variable, have a times a times a, then times a times a. How many times is a multiplied? Talks about what? How many? 5 times. So here, this is called the index, or you can call it exponent. You can call it exponent, and as well call it power. All right? So, and this one here is the base. So, that is everything you need to know about what indices are. Now, for us to carry out evaluations on this topic and for us to solve problems on indices, so there are laws that govern indices. So these laws are applicable to solving questions on them. So that is why I will be introducing us to some of the laws today. So let us look at how we apply them. There are so many laws, up to about 10 laws of indices, so with which we are able to carry out questions and solve them. Now look at the first one we are going to look at. When we have, let's say, for example, we call that multiplication law, multiplication law of indices. If I have the same base, having a raised to power m times a raised to power n, that is the base at the same. What you do is take the common base, one of them, you have a, then you add up the power. You add the power. That is, the exponents are added because of this multiplication. So in real life, when you are solving questions, let's say, for example, if I have, let's say, x raised to power 4 multiplying, let's say, x raised to power 2. So this answer, according to this law, just apply it. It becomes x, take one of the base, becomes 4 plus 2, which will give us x raised to power 6. This is the answer. Conversely, if I have number 3 raised to power 2 multiplying 3 raised to power 4, see, this is the setting as taking the base, which is what? 3, add up the power. That is 2 plus 4, setting as what? 3 to power 6. You can decide to leave it in index form or put it in number. So this is the law number 1. Now let us go to law number 2. If I have this number 2 like this, or when I have a raised to power m divided by a raised to power n. So what this law says are what? We are going to take one of the base. Since the base is the same, take one of the base, then the exponent is subtracted. We subtract the second one from this first one. Don't subtract the first one from the second, please. So we subtract the second index from the first index. So in that case, if I have something like this, if I have y raised to power 8, then divided by y raised to power 6, then it will give us y raised to power 8 minus 6. final answer becomes y raised to the power 2. This is very easy. Now let us look at another law. And the first thing you need to understand in indices, it made us to understand that anything raised to power 0 is 1. That is law number 1. So whatever thing it may be, any term, whether alphabet, whether numeric, so it gives you what? 1. So if I have A to 0, it must give us 1. If I have 2 to 0, it will give us 1. Even human being raised to 0 is 1. Yes, even that car you are driving raised to 0 is 1. All right. Now let us go to law number 3. That is this law of number 3 where we have, if I have, let's say, having a raised to power m, then there is another power outside. Look at it here. This one is the base here. It has exponent, original one. Then there is another one that is attached inside. What this law says that we are going to take the base, then you multiply the exponent. You multiply the exponent. So in that case, let's look at this example now. If I have, let's say, x raised to the power 3, then I have 2 outside. Then what you do, you just take x raised to the power 3 multiplied by 2. The answer becomes x raised to the power 6. So this is law number 3. Now we have another law which is called fractional indices. Fractional indices say that what? If I have, this is law number 4 now. If I have x raised to the power 1 over n. Yes, like this. This is x raised to the power what? 1 over n. So what this simply means is that what? It will give us the nth roots of what? X. Nth root of x. This n must begin from 2. So it does not start from 1. Because 1, if you apply that, there is no root for that. So now, n must start from 2, 3, 4, t, as the case may be. So let us apply this now. If I have 4 raised to the power 1 over 2, what I will do now, it will give us the square root of 4. Square root of 4 is 2. That is the answer. This is how we apply this. So we still have other laws. We have other laws. Now let us go to law number 5. Now law number 5, if I have number 5 like this. So we have something like this. If I have a raised to what? Negative m. So m start from 1. Okay. It could be n, it could be whatever, as far as it is an index. So what you do to undo this negative sign to give us a raised to the power n, like this. So for example, if I have 2 raised to the power negative 2, so this answer will give you 1 all over 2 to the power 2. So which give us 2 to the power 2 is what? 4, which is what? 1 over 4. This is how this one is applied. Now we have this number 6. So if I have, I think number 6, okay. If I have another thing like this, if I have a raised to the power m, then b raised to the power m. What is happening here? We're having the same exponents, the same. So here we can have a common base like this, a over b, then to m. So we just factor out the common exponent, then this can be done. So the same way, it's also done with multiplication. So we can also do that. Let's say this is number 7. If I have a raised to the power m, then multiplying b raised to the power m. Look at what we have here. So since the exponent is the same, I can have a, b, then common exponents. This is another law of indices. So we apply this to solving on daily basis. Okay, try to look at Mike if it's on. All right. Okay, let's go to another law of indices in our next video. So in our next video, we'll be applying some of these laws to solve questions. And this one is a topic for the SS1, grade 10. So if you just enter the grade 10 and you're in SS1, so go and watch this video. Then the next video, I am going to bring questions that we are going to use any of these laws to solve. Now, we look at standard form. Standard form is another topic that I will explain in my next video. So because of the length of the video, I don't want to explain it now. We'll see you in our next class. Bye.